Phoebe Philo took Celine and made it the obsession of every woman who hated the logo. This is what Phoebe Philo did to Celine. Philo studied fashion at Central St. Martin's, graduating in 1996 and starting her career the following year as an assistant to her classmate Stella McCartney at Chloe. McCartney left to launch her own label. Philo was named Chloe's creative director in 2001 at just 28. Her spring 2005 collection produced the Paddington bag. The Paddington is a slouchy tote with an oversized front lock, which became one of the defining it bags of the 2000s. Phoebe Philo won British Designer of the Year for this bag in 2005. Then, in January 2006, only months into a new 4-year contract, she resigned to spend time with her newborn daughter. She stayed out of the industry for 2 years. In September 2008, LVMH chairman Bernard Arnault offered Philo the creative director role at Celine, a French house that, at the time, wasn't considered a major player. She said yes on one condition, that she'd run the studio from her home in London and only show in Paris. Arnault agreed. She spent her first year rebuilding the design studio before presenting her debut collection for spring-summer 2010. What followed was one of the most influential runs in modern fashion. The luggage tote, released in 2010 and inspired by a vintage Celine suitcase design, became the era's defining bag. The trapeze followed the same year. In 2011 came the Phantom, the box bag, and the trio crossbody. The belt bag arrived years later in the pre-fall 2014 collection and became one of the most recognizable pieces of her final Celine years. In 2010, Philo was named British Designer of the Year for a second time. In 2011, the CFDA named her International Designer of the Year. Her ad campaigns leaned in the same direction. Her first Celine campaign didn't show the models' faces at all, keeping the focus entirely on the clothes. In 2015, she cast 80-year-old writer Joan Didion, shot by Jürgen Teller, in a campaign that became one of the most talked about images in fashion that year. Philo doesn't do social media and rarely gives interviews, which really only feeds her mythology. Fans started calling themselves Philophiles. Vintage Philo-era Celine is still one of the most actively collected categories in designer resale. In December 2017, Philo announced she was leaving Celine. Her actual final collection as designer was pre-fall 2018, and after that, she was gone. Philo stepped away from fashion entirely for nearly 7 years. In 2023, she launched her own label, majority owned by her and her husband, with LVMH as a minority partner. Her first collection landing online that October to a press reception that described it, fittingly, as quiet luxury before quiet luxury had a name. You can find Celine right now on Second Sense.